Welcome to the latest Motley Fool scoreboard. I'm on Chocolate and we've got longtime fools Dan Kaplinger and Toby Bordelon giving a 1 to 10 rating to a top 50 stock in the Moneyball database. Take that, Ford. It's Ferrari, ticker symbol RACE. Very appropriate. First, we'll rate the strength of Ferrari's business, including factors like industry and competition. A 10 is invincible. A 1 is hopeless. Dan's at an 8. Toby, you're at a 9.
Yeah, Ferrari is synonymous with wealth and luxury. This is not your father's Oldsmobile, to be sure here. The brand's about as strong as it gets, guys, right? And no other automaker can demand a premium quite like Ferrari can. Are there competitors out there? Sure, but no one really comes close to Ferrari, I think, in terms of just the power of the brand and how well it's known across the world.
Yeah, I dinged it. I agree with most of that. I dinged it a point compared to Toby because Ferrari just hasn't quite taken command of the U.S. market the way that it has pretty much everywhere across the world. Europe, the Middle East, Asia Pacific region. Totally agree with Toby's comments there. And you just simply cannot argue with the brand's reputation for quality.
For management, a 10 is Warren Buffett. A 1 is Homer Simpson. Dan's at a 7. Toby, you're at an 8.
Yeah, CEO Benedetto Vigna, I hope I'm saying that right, has kept the company focused on the quality over quantity strategy. And that's paid off, I think, in terms of profitability for them. Now, the one question I have over what management doing is the EV strategy, electric vehicle strategy, and how that will play out. There's risk there, but so far I'm optimistic. I kind of want to see how they take this and what they do with it.
Yeah, my 7, Vigna's not quite the flashy car specialist show person that past Ferrari CEOs have been. I think some investors really like that. I think others worry that it could backfire on them. Vigna was really proud to bring Lewis Hamilton into the Ferrari F1 fold, but the team hasn't had a driver win the season in F1 since Kimi Räikkönen in 2007. That stings. Hamilton hasn't solved the problem yet. And so, I'm not sure I could give Vigna an 8 or a 9 until they cross the finish line there.
Dan, knowledge in all aspects of the world. For financials, a 10 is a fortress, a 1 is yikes. Dan's at an 8. Toby, once again, you're one tick higher at a 9.
Yeah, revenue growth is high here. Profit growth even higher. Cash flow looks good. The balance sheet looks strong. Order book is looking really good. I find nothing to complain about at the end of the day when I look at the financials here. So that's why I'm at a 9.
Yeah, a little bit of worry about resilience in the consumer, even the high-end consumer. But let's face it, Ferrari's got great margin trends. And keep in mind, it reports its financials in euros. Euro is way up against the U.S. dollar this year. That's going to play to its favor as well in a way that a lot of investors, if you just look at the numbers and you don't really think about that, you might not include that in all the things that are going in Ferrari's way right now.
Dan, let's talk valuation. How well will Ferrari stock do over the next 5 years? How safe is it? 10's a sure thing. 1's a lottery ticket.
Okay, so I'm doing something a little weird here. Most of the time when I'm on this show, I'll give stocks a 5 to 10% rating, and it'll be low end, high end, something like that. I think it's better than the high end of 5 to 10%, but I'm not willing to go 10 to 15. So I'm just going to say straight out 10% returns over the next 5 years because Ferrari looks better than the average stock. And especially because the share price, it's been kind of churning the last year, hasn't really done much, even though the business continues to perform really well and you're just seeing some growth. So that's kind of where I'm feeling there. Safety score of 7 indicates my comfort level with where the valuation is. I just don't see a whole lot of downside here, even with that potential risk of macroeconomic cyclical pressure.
Yeah, I'm a little bit above Dan here, 10 to 15% for the returns. Given their target customer and market strategy, there's some limits to growth, so we're not going to go wild with 15% plus here. On safety, I think it's 7. The premium brand comes with a premium valuation, so there's a little bit of concern for me there. But the customer base, I think, should insulate them from economic downturns for the most part. Look, if you are seriously in the market for a Ferrari, then you're probably not basing your spending decisions on short-term economic fluctuations. I mean, that's just the reality here, right? The EV transition does carry some risk, and that's a big reason my rating isn't higher there. But I should be fairly safe.
Thank you to both Toby and to Dan. They've given Ferrari a strong overall score of 7.7 out of 10, with really pretty darn good returns and safety expectations, but not great. So it's just below that 8, but it's on my radar. Anything that'll get Dan to give a point estimate for his returns, come on, that's interesting. Look out for a new scoreboard every market day at 7 p.m. Eastern. Next up is something good, I promise. Till then, Fool on. Dan, you own a Ferrari, right?
No, I do not.